Hello, everyone. I'm Rick. I'm going to be your Thirstmaster for tonight, which is not the actual title of the GM for this game. I just thought it was more fun. And this game can get really thirsty sometimes, so it makes sense. Uh, anyway, we are here to play some Monsterhearts because we have a fine group of Enbies here because it is Non Binary Awareness Week and Non Binary Peoples Day. So be aware, we're here. We're doing the thing. I'm going to let my players go around and introduce themselves. Alana, I'm going to have you start just because you have done this the most.
Do you want me to introduce myself and then my character?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And then if you would, pick who wants to follow you.
All right. I'm Alana. I am, I go by they, them pronouns. I make dice and art, and you can find me through Spectrecraft Dice on all socials. I make art for Even Footing Games, and I'm going to be playing Brumpin. And they are Fae. And they're a bit of a mischievous one. They're brains blanking.
They're hot.
They're hot. They're like, yeah, exactly. They have like green, kind of like a green to blue faded hair, and then it goes to a lighter green and blue at the end, and it just kind of like goes around. If you know what I mean. Nice short, kind of pixie-ish and sticky outy. And they have like unnaturally large eyes that are kind of like a seafoam green, and they have an iridescence to their skin. So that's my character, Robin.
Also, I don't know. I muted myself to make sure it wasn't me. We have a bit of an echo, and I'm not really sure who that's coming from.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
It might be mine. Here, I'll mute myself unless I'm talking.
Okay.
It's
that's
when
right.
I got green on, they can hear then. So I think mine was muted. So
yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Either way, Alana, who do you want to follow you?
I'll go with Lee next.
Hi, my name is Lee. I go by they, he pronouns. I am on all social medias as Be Ghosty. I just post whatever the hell I feel like, to be honest. I'm very inactive. I blame the sporadic dopamine chasing. I mainly just do, right now it's Mass Effect and Dragon Age buffoonery. So if you're into that, Godspeed. I will be playing Blair. They go by they, she pronouns. They are my little vampire baby. She's a tall bitch. She's like 6'2", curly black hair, and also very hot. That is correct. I refuse to not make my character. That's standard. She is very sociable, but also very disconnected on how to talk to people after being alive for so long. But people are into that now, I guess. So she's vibing.
I love it. And who do you want to follow you?
Let's go with AC Lawrence over there.
over there. Hi, I'm Adrian Lawrence. I'm playing. First let me do what I'm kind of known from. I run a podcast, Dungeons and Degrees. We interview people in the TTRPG space. It's a fun time. I'm here and there. I hate posting on social media, but I have a podcast, Crazy. But at least it gets me to play some cool games. I'm playing Taylor. Any pronouns. The Illusionist. This guy very seems to have his shit together, but underneath it does not, and wants attention and wants somebody and cannot understand how that all works. So instead he pretends that he doesn't want anybody. So that's the way it goes for Taylor. But yeah.
I love it. All right. And last but not least, Myrtle.
Hi, everyone. I'm Myrtle. I go by they, them pronouns. I'm a self-proclaimed activist and advocate for disability, disability rights, trans rights, the poor, basically anybody that is marginalized at the moment. I'm on like all socials at myrtlemystic.card.co. And my character is Geraldine, a like 5'1", like human looking pale girl with long black hair and always somehow has a scowl on her face, and it looks like she hasn't slept in 2 weeks, and keeps to herself most of the time, so you don't really know a lot about her other than that she saved Blair. That's it.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us how you saved Blair?
Geraldine saved Blair from drowning in a 3-foot lake near Edgewater University.
Amazing.
She can't swim.
Like
Swim. Leave her alone.
Yeah. It's just like a little pond in the park that they've got. Yeah. Despite the fact that Blair is very tall, still just can't swim. That's how it goes.
I mean, you can drown in 2 inches of water.
It's true. Blair
I did in my first
probably could
D&D
have
game
stood up,
ever.
but what was that?
I rolled a 1 to jump over a stream in my first D&D game I ever played, and I drowned. It was 2 inches of water. So it's possible.
Amazing. Yikes. Fantastic. All right. So, as was mentioned, we are at Edgewater University, one of the leading schools in experimental psychology and scientific research, and home to a number of students who would be considered monsters to the average student here. Our fine group right here, along with a few others, who are maybe not the most out about their monster status because it would terrify the other students if they knew. And this being a very queer written game, it is super subtle what that's referring to. Very subtle, much like everything in this game. Our group of monsters has been approached by a science teacher on campus, Professor Carl Mundane, who has hired them as research assistants. Leading up to the start of this project, however, there's been extremely stormy weather, and the professor starts displaying unexpectedly and uncharacteristically demanding behavior. So you all have been working with the professor for at least a few weeks, and just something's been a little fishy. So, why don't you all tell me where you would be on campus as we start our game?
I'll go. Taylor's just kind of in between things right now, making sure he's always out and about, just kind of walking across the quad, an open space, so everyone can kind of see like, yeah, I'm doing things, I'm making things happen. Look at me. And
Look how normal
like,
I am.
exactly. Don't tell anyone else. Yeah.
Just doing that thing where you can't walk in a straight line, like you're trying to pretend you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I gonna
Thinking
go over
way
here?
too hard about it.
Am I gonna go over there? I actually don't know. So that's where Taylor's at.
Amazing. And remind me, and also our audience, what is the skin for Taylor? What is your playbook?
The illusionist. Very not too kind of out there, but there is a kind of side that's not as skin deep, like anything that would grow fur or tentacles of the sorts, but just more of a shadowy thing. I kind of think come to mind is literally Shikamaru from Naruto. That's all I think when I think illusionist. Playing with the shadows.
Now that you said Naruto, I'm just gonna think of Taylor doing the sexy jutsu.
Taylor would
all I'm gonna be
never.
thinking.
Taylor would sometimes.
Amazing. Would you be hanging out with any of your compatriots from the research project?
I mean, I would definitely make it a point to at least encounter them at some point. I don't know how well people have kind of like incorporate themselves within, I guess, Taylor's sphere. I don't want to kind of like force anybody upon like, yeah, you're with me now. So like, if anybody wants to volunteer, go ahead.
I
You
feel
don't want
like
to be the
Blair
cat
is
bug,
around
like
you.
we're friends now.
We're having soft tacos later.
Exactly.
I'm down with that, but I think that's a lot for myself as a person.
Valid. So who would be wandering the quad or in the area of the quad?
I think Geraldine would be if there was a bench of some sort. I can just
Oh,
see her sitting
absolutely.
there and people watching, like, but still keeping to herself, doing it discreetly while she has like a notebook in her hand, like just jotting things down.
Absolutely. And Alana, you started to say something?
Robin. Nope. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Robin, they would be waving at a tree, strangely, and then kind of making their way along the path, and probably just bump into you because they're a little bit aloof and kind of,
Bump
you
into
know,
Taylor?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, hey,
Robin, hi. How are ya? Would you
good.
you want to meet up for the talk about the project a little?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I was just talking to a friend.
Yeah, I saw. But yeah, let's go find the rest of our group. I think I see, if I'm not mistaken, Geraldine over there on the bench.
Robin
My eyesight's not so good.
waves vigorously towards Geraldine.
Can I help you?
Hi, yeah. We got a research project that we got to work on. And I just want to talk shop about it. We just kind of, if you have the time, I don't want to. If you're busy, how apparent are your? Oh wait, no, that's Blair's. That's Lee saying that about Geraldine, not you. I thought there was actual fanfic there.
I mean, sure.
Okay, I think we're missing one more.
I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention in class.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And Blair.
If Blair isn't already in the courtyard, I feel like she is not subjecting herself to heat and is just sitting like in a corridor. I feel like Blair has gotten to that point of like, you know how like when coaches of any sport see tall people, they're like, you should join my team, even though you have no idea how to play that damn sport. That is the vibe that somebody is approaching her with. Like, you should play this sport. And she's like, I know.
It's really
She's
funny
like,
you say that. It's really funny you say that because I was making a map and I just ran out of time. And the only sport-related thing I put on there was a basketball goal. So
oh
I'm
God,
sure that
yes.
they've probably been out so many times.
Yeah, they're just like, I do not want to join like basketball. I don't have any earthly desire for that. And they were like, well, you could get scholarships. Why would I need that? I'm wealthy. That sounds like a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
for
if you're a
poor people.
vampire and you're poor, I mean, what are you even doing?
You're doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So I feel like that's what happening is that she is like just consecutively sworn by these like the women's basketball team, and they're just like, I don't know how to escape this.
It sounds like a nightmare.
They're just like looking at anyone for help.
Absolutely. Yeah, would Blair be the sort to have like a cell phone and maybe to have been in contact with the others from the research project, or would they be a little bit more isolated?
No, Blair is very caught up with technology. Doesn't really like in terms of like social media, but like phone, like the internet, knows how to work it, will text, will call. So probably is in a group chat and has been posting back and forth. But yeah, I feel like if I made eye contact with Taylor or Robin, I feel like the phone is coming out help, all caps, a flag. Not even like a red flag, it's like the Spain flag or something, like just a flag that has no relevance.
Just the first one you see.
Yeah.
I think Blair, you actually get a phone call as you are being accosted by the basketball team.
Okay. I feel like Blair has one of those old Nokia ringtones, like on a really advanced iPhone for no godforsaken reason. Like
I love it.
the ones you would buy on the like Nokia flip phones for like 99¢, and it was always some like really like shoddy ringtone, probably something like that. So it just like shriels.
Oh, just the standard Nokia ringtone. Yeah.
Yeah. And just immediately like it's like, I have to take this, I don't want to do this, please stop harassing me, and just like tries to like scuttle away and answer the phone.
So you see before you do, it just says Sage on the caller ID, and when you answer, all you hear is like wind. It is super loud, you cannot hear anyone speaking. And the rest of you, I think it's probably late enough in the day, you can see there is a lighthouse near-ish to the university, and you see something seems to be fluttering around the lighthouse. Something fairly large.
Oh, would you look at that? A new kind of kite.
It's
Robin
a
goes,
ho-oh.
And Blair, the call disconnects right after you hear a loud thud. And in the lighthouse, as it spins around, you can see it's almost like the bat signal, but it's a moth.
To the moth.
Would I like? Is there something I can roll to see if I know what that would? I don't know how, because I know we don't have like technical stats for that.
For this, it would probably be gazing into the abyss, using your dark.
Not damn. That's unfortunate. Truly, it's 2d6, right?
Yeah. Also, out of curiosity, have any of you told each other about what you really are, or are all of you in the closet, so to speak, about your monster status?
Hiding.
Blair's out.
Robin is very sincere and would tell absolutely everybody, but nobody believes them.
I think it would be pretty obvious what Geraldine is, but in a similar way to Robin, it's just that like Geraldine just looks like any other like goth girl with like no indication of anything else because she's so like introverted,
Well, also like Wicca has become fairly mainstream at this point, so
Yeah,
you just be like, "Oh, cool, you're a witch? Me too."
Yeah.
I will die before someone finds out that I am not this confident.
Well, I guess you're dying then. I already know.
Is it the finding out that would kill you?
We'll find. We just gotta find out. We gotta roll the dice. This is the story we're telling.
Blair's out, and I feel like Blair like doesn't hide the fangs, but people just are like, "Wow, I didn't know you could get body modifications on your teeth." And Blair's like, "A what now?"
I feel like the vampire is a little bit hard to hide what you are. Like, not impossible, but difficult.
There's a lot of people that just don't like the sun, it just burns.
Me.
Like
Me,
every
right here.
redheaded like person in the school's like, I also don't like the sun. And Blair's like, see, they understand.
Amazing. So Blair, what did you get on your Gaze into the Abyss?
Oh, I got distracted. Hold on.
All good. It's relatable.
I got a 4.
Oh no.
I got a -1 for dark.
Yeah. So with a 4,
I'm just hot.
it's a really
I
big
can't
moth.
think.
Or it's just like amplified through the glass. Maybe it's like a regular sized moth on the light.
Fair enough.
But it is a little weird because you got this phone call from Sage. You just got a lot of like wind noises and then a loud thud before it disconnected.
Is it like blaring hot sun right now?
Oh no, it's definitely like late in probably the evening.
Okay. If I see the group, I'm gonna like zip over there before I can get harassed by the basketball team again. And I'm just like, y'all see that big ass moth?
The kite that's shaped like a moth?
It was so big. Who the hell didn't see it?
The sass unnecessary. And Blair's just like, also, has anyone heard from Sage?
No. Sorry,
No.
I've been
No.
flips through the phone. No, nothing.
Nobody
I
named
just-
Sage.
Okay, well, either they're in a wind tunnel or they got pushed off a bridge. I don't know. One of the two options. Like, nothing really makes that kind of a wind and a thud at the same time unless you're falling.
Sage
have no
definitely
idea what
is
you're
on this
talking
research project.
Have we heard it? We've heard about Sage before? Out of character?
Yeah, Sage is definitely they're in this research project with you.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh. So we definitely need to. Well, if we want to get this research done, we should probably figure that out. Unless somebody else wants to buy the trifold.
Absolutely not.
Okay, let's go find Sage.
We gave Sage that mission specifically.
Yeah, exactly.
Taylor, what would you be doing to try to locate Sage?
Okay. I would go through social media, like any updates, any videos, any Instagram posts, and I just like, all right, 15 minutes ago they were here, they comment this, and then they did this, and I'm just like very nosy. Just like, okay, they're in this area. I feel like they're heading this way because their class. Because Taylor knows a little too much about the team.
Right.
The class is they're going to this class, so they're probably between here. So I start like narrowing down the location within this university. That's how I would try my best.
Yeah, I won't even make you roll for this because Sage is not very subtle.
Mhm.
On their Instagram, they've posted a lot of pictures of the lighthouse fairly recently. And you've never seen them with a drone,
Mhm.
but the only way that they could have taken some of those pictures that you can think of
Yeah.
without using like magic would be a drone.
Okay. We saw that little thing out there. The moth kite thing. We have to go over there, I think. Then I flip the camera, showing off these like amazing photos that Sage has done with these perspective shots of like outside. I'm like, look at this, crazy.
Wow.
Your
These are
screen
amazing.
locked.
So Blair wasn't making this up, and you're saying we have to go all the way to the lighthouse now.
I just whipped my head. Why would I be making this up?
Hell, I don't know. It just doesn't sound right.
Neither do the Fae, but
I mean,
Yes, we're all very gay.
that's not the words that came out of my
Oh,
mouth.
sorry,
Taylor,
I
and
was
you
liking
know that.
pictures. These are really good Sage photos. I just hadn't liked them yet. My bad.
Blair just starts
Yeah,
walking towards the moth. I'm done with you.
They hadn't come up on Taylor's algorithm yet.
Yeah, it's shadow banned or something. I don't know.
All of Taylor's algorithm is how to be your authentic self, how to be true.
Yeah.
Taylor's like, no.
I keep seeing this content. Don't show it to me.
Yeah,
Taylor's
You're
like blocked
report.
18 people for this.
Yeah.
Too many gurus
Amazing.
popping up trying to sell their course.
Really, it's just like psychiatrists and psychologists, like giving actual mental health tips.
This is all phony.
Being your authentic self.
No.
Yeah.
Scam, fake PhD, scam.
Amazing. So are you all headed towards the lighthouse then? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. So making your way towards the lighthouse, you have to go down the cliffside to the beach. And it smells unusually fishy. It always smells a little off. I mean, it is the ocean, but this is like rank. And you hear something kind of skittering about up in the lighthouse area.
Hello, Sage?
Hey, Taylor,
Oh,
why are
shit.
you here?
Well, we've got a project to do, and I want to get it done now.
And you don't hear anything for like a minute. And you're like, is that today?
Well, I mean, it's not due today. But like, I don't want to do it later. If that's okay. I kind of wrangled up a bunch of people. We're all here, right? Wait, it's people behind me. Okay.
Robin just goes, "Hey!"
How could you miss Blair? She's just staggering.
Yeah.
Geraldine is just like in the back with like a poker face and her arms crossed, not happy to be there.
Geraldine is Daria.
Exactly.
Amazing. No notes. Absolutely no notes. Taylor, so as you're speaking with Sage, you see a head kind of pop over this little cliffside that leads up to the lighthouse. And they've got their hoodie pulled up, but you can tell that this is your acquaintance, Sage. I don't know if friend is the right word.
Whatever they want to be. Okay. Well, yeah, sorry. Oh, also, Blair. The phone call?
Sage, has someone stolen your phone recently or thrown it down a wind tunnel? Because I got a call from you and it sounded like you were jumping off a building.
What? No, I would never do that. That's ridiculous. And they pull out their phone. They're like, oh, shit. I guess I butt dialed you?
Why does your butt dial sound like you're jumping off a building?
I mean, I've been told I have a really great ass. Like,
That's unless you were just like
Checks out.
tearing ass into the phone call, which is the only explanation for the amount of wind tunnel I heard, and then a thud. You were doing something you were not supposed to be doing.
Blair, how would you like to try and get this information?
Ooh, lovely. Hold on. Teehee. I don't know. Because the only thing I'm proficient in is hot and cold. So.
Well, I was gonna say it sounds more like not so much that you're shutting them down, but maybe being a little bit harsh with them, which I think would still be with cold.
Okay. Dicey time. Yeah. That's a set.
Is Blair's nickname Icy Hot?
Please. Screaming. She She has no context for what that means.
Right. Born way before that was invented. Never picked up.
No. Like the Katy Perry song, that's the only thing I'm aware of that is hot and cold.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. So I would say, so on a 7, you get to choose from one of the below. They lose a string on you, which they don't have a string. If they have no strings on you, they can gain one. Or you can give a condition, which basically can be anything. Like you can say that they're like intimidated or that they're
Can
babbling.
I do the condition that she can't lie to me?
Ooh. Yeah, you know what? I'll allow it that they can't lie to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
How does Blair intimidate to such a degree that Sage is just like they cannot lie? Like,
I
what
genuinely
does-
feel like it's just a sense of presence. Like this is a very tall person who clearly could probably throw one, if not 3 of the people in this room.
Does
The
she
fangs
use,
are
like,
not.
does she use any kind of like vampiric powers?
I'm trying to think. I don't know if you've ever seen Hellsing, but if that kind of presence that Alucard does when he's like going like beast mode, where it's like all that weird like kind of energy that you can't really see unless you're a supernatural. I feel like it's that kind of vibe. Like it's just pressure.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like-
just picturing like Dragon Ball Z when they're powering up.
No, I don't think it's anything physical like that. I think it's just
Right.
like just pressure. Like you just feel pressure.
That aura.
Yeah,
Aura 5000.
yeah, that's more
Oh,
what I
God.
like, the aura that like I don't think regular
Mhm.
humans necessarily see. But yeah, Sage is like, oh shit, yeah. I mean, not supposed to say anything. Okay, I was flying. Yeah.
You
What?
were what?
Flying?
Both of us what?
Were you calling Blair during some turbulence?
I didn't realize I was calling Blair. No, I was just.
So you
doing,
weren't
know,
lying about that. Like that's true. That it was a butt dial?
Right. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, and they like turn around to look, and yeah, no, they have a dump truck for sure. You're welcome.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
That's
That didn't
very
sound
important.
right.
That's a very important piece of information. Is the
Write
dump
that down,
truck?
everybody. This is important for the plot.
This will be useful later.
Yeah, this is.
If the big bad
story
evil has a dump
point.
truck, it's Sage.
Vital information. Yeah. So they're just like, okay, look, I'm not supposed to say anything. I kind of don't want to tell you any more than that, but I'm also kind of terrified.
As you should be.
Of what? Of Blair?
I feel like your finger just like pokes her in the throat.
I didn't mean to.
You're just like, oh shit.
It was an accident, I swear.
I mean,
Blair
have you
also
have you seen
felt
them?
very intimidated by what Blair did.
Seen who?
Yeah, I mean,
What a
have you
canon
seen
Blair
them?
has never been mean to Robin in their life. Robin is baby.
It's impossible to be mean to Robin. That's their actual Fae power. Which is maybe just Alana's power, IRL.
Aw. I'm blushing now. Thanks.
Like I saw her wave at trees. How am I supposed to be mean to that? I can't.
Yeah, I mean, they're very pretty. Brains, debatable.
Not so much.
Yeah, you don't need those. Overrated.
Got them when they count.
So
Maybe.
Sage is like, okay, look, it's better if I just show you. And so they've been wearing this like sage green hoodie, and you see these very large, luminous green wings sprout out. And you see that their face goes from a very human face to one of a moth as they become a Luna moth person.
That's cool.
Robin basically screams in joy and assumes, "Are you a fairy?"
Geraldine clogs her ears.
What'd you say, Lana?
And then asks if they're also fae.
No, I'm moth.
No. Oh,
You'll find fae friends, Robin, I promise.
I have some.
Where?
The trees.
The trees and
Oh,
like
the
Okay.
quad.
there's that
That's-
portal thing, and you know.
I don't, but I'll take your word for it. You're running around in the sunshine, and I can't. It's too much.
Is it always sunny in where you're from, Robin?
It's colorful. It's like there's so many colors. There's more colors than there are here.
It sounds like when I would trip acid in the 70s.
What?
Geraldine gives Blair a look at that, at what they just said.
Why are you looking at me
And-
like that?
Open your mouth.
Whoa, wait. What's going on here?
Hold on. You caught me off guard. What?
I said, open your mouth, Blair.
Ask nicely, and I might.
Please.
Geraldine,
It just
do you have
opens
any
now.
string on Blair?
Yeah, you did.
I'm waiting.
Because you
No, I said she
you
did.
could.
Okay, and
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you could spend a string to try to tempt.
No, my strings. I'm gonna hoard
Sure.
them. I'm gonna hoard all of them.
sure, I'll use a string.
So Blair, you can still resist this. You don't have to, but
No,
you
she
feel.
said. Geraldine said, "Please." That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
Blair wanted. There was no
Knew it.
resistance.
Amazing.
You're really not good at keeping secrets, are you, Blair?
I never said I was.
What's going
Interesting.
on?
Secrets are mortal tricks. I have no desire for them.
Okay, everyone. Blair's a vampire, just so y'all know.
Okay.
I've said that on multiple occasions.
Yeah, but like I thought it was like kind of like scene and goth. Like I thought it was just like a type of how you wore things.
What do you mean scene? What kind of scene? Like a play scene?
Oh yeah, like just like that. That's hard to explain, to be honest.
Then why do you use words you can't explain?
Oh, because people don't usually ask, and this is just one of the first times people have asked.
I have been alive since the 1300s. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together.
Robin's just staring big-eyed, like excited about all of it.
How
Don't
old
we
is
have a
Robin?
project to do?
Yeah, I don't. Well,
No.
I don't know if that's important anymore. I'm just. This is all just a lot of information. Yes, we have a project, but I also kind of want to talk about like the teacher's kind of demeanor. Blair, you're an adult. Is that normal?
For men, yes.
Okay. All right.
Are you asking me if he's acting weirder than normal? Also, yes.
Okay. What's up with that? Do we need to worry or like?
I mean, I don't think he's gonna die or anything.
I don't think that's what we were concerned about.
At this point, I don't know what we should be concerned about, to be honest.
And Taylor, as you say that, like I said, it stank before. The fish smell was
Oh,
more
okay.
pungent, but
There was some other
it-
dank.
it starts to get like almost oppressively fish smell. Just so pungent at this point. And you hear like a almost when someone is walking in wet flip-flops, you hear like that sound on the beach.
Slap, 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 slap.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate that in and out of character.
Same.
Okay.
It smells horrid in here. Sage, you've been up here for a while. Do you know what that is?
No. I mean, I was a little like, have you seen that light? It's a really great light.
Understood. Okay. I think we need to stop that though, and we need to get out of here because this is awful.
Yeah, we can take this project to the library. My eyes are watering. It is so bad.
It smells like the Renaissance.
It's pretty awful.
Geraldine leads down the stairs of the lighthouse.
I follow and rush.
I'm scared Taylor's going to fall down the stairs.
I might. Do I roll for this?
Probably not. I mean, you tell me.
Why not for the heck of it?
Do it for the bit.
Yeah,
Do it for the
exactly.
vine
Doing it
killer.
for the bit. I rolled a 10. Not, nah, I'm okay.
You're fine. Like, I think as the illusionist, maybe you even try to play it off like you were doing it on purpose.
Yeah. There probably might have been a slip, but like one of the I have an ability called Solid Illusion. Like one of the shadows kind of catches my step, and I just keep moving along.
Ooh. Okay. I think who would be closest to Taylor at this point?
Since Geraldine's leading, then either Robin or Blair would be behind me, and I don't know who would do that.
I'm
Or
not
Sage.
entirely sure either of them knows what personal space is.
I mean,
No.
Geraldine's going
Nothing.
pretty quickly, so Taylor has to be going quickly too. So it would be Taylor that doesn't know personal space. So that probably means Geraldine is the closest to Taylor.
Yeah, but she would have her back to him.
That's true.
All right.
I
So,
feel
I would
like
say-
Blair is in the back because I
Okay.
feel like she needs to avoid not hitting her head on things.
Also, probably needs to keep Sage from going back to the lighthouse.
I'm just holding this giant moth.
They
Come along.
have reverted back to their human disguise at this point.
I'm holding them by the human disguise. I don't care. We're leaving.
Yeah, so Robin, you see
Yeah.
that Taylor sort of slips. Maybe there's like a what is it? Like a little gooey patch basically on the stairs. Like some kind of maybe even an amoeba that was there. And then you see like a shadow just kind of reach out and help them.
Oh. Do you have shadow powers? And then Robin gets right up to you. Very curious.
What do you mean?
I just saw like a shadow. It like
Yeah.
helped you. It was
Hey,
pretty cool.
what do you mean? Nothing. Just composure. Just I need to get out.
Wait.
The project, and gets out of the situation as fast as they can.
What are you guys mumbling about? Let's get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Maybe it was a fae.
The classic
No.
shadow fae, yeah.
Yep, the shadow fae. Totally
they're
seen them
assholes.
before.
Yeah,
Just-
they're assholes. They don't like
Just sweat everywhere.
we have established it is very hot, even though it's late. So yeah, I mean, you all are probably pretty sweaty anyway, but Taylor is especially just drenched at this point.
Things are bad.
Geraldine takes note of this, but doesn't say anything.
Yeah, and so now it's even worse because it smells like BO and fish.
What a wonderful smell.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Match made in heaven. Wow.
Robin falls back a bit to Sage, and they ask if Sage wants to see an even cooler place with a lot more like brighter lights.
And you see their eyes just get huge, and they're like, "Say more."
And all colors. Beyond
More
colors.
Do I have to do drugs for this?
No.
Usually, yes.
Can I do drugs for this?
I can take you there.
You sell drugs?
I mean,
No. It's the fairy realm.
Oh.
and yeah, you see that Sage is dumbfounded. Like they have no words at this point, but their eyes are enormous, like saucers.
We'll do it later though because we've got stuff we gotta do first.
Yeah,
but do you promise
like
you want to come?
The light, yeah. Yeah, no, I'll come to see your light too. I'm sure it's great.
Perfect. It's amazing. It's even brighter. We can go after.
I mean, I can't imagine a brighter light than that. Like, I got pretty close to it.
The sun.
Magnesium. Burning magnesium.
Yeah. It's fine. Who needs to see ever again? Sight is definitely overrated, right?
Good question. Good question. I don't know.
Anyway, so you all.
Geraldine has made it out. She was hearing everyone talking and was like, "I'm done with this. Let's go."
And I think I heard that you were going to the library. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's what Taylor said.
Okay. So making your way into the library, who would be the most frequent visitor of the library of our group?
Probably Geraldine, unless Robin is a frequent visitor, but I'm not sure. Probably me, though.
It's not me.
I'm probably less than Geraldine for sure, in my case.
Yeah. I just now can see it that Blair can't actually read modern English.
They
Just
have
like
it on
old
paper
English.
that it's like a Percy Jackson thing. They think she has dyslexia. She just can't read modern English.
Just too old, never bothered to learn.
She can read several other languages, just not modern English.
Yeah, like ancient Sumerian, perfect.
Latin,
English,
got it.
terrible.
Nice.
Oh God, what about slang then? Gotta be some ancient, that's Blair's ancient language. No idea what that is.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I have
just
her
like the
canonically Scottish, so she can speak Scottish in all its variations. So Godspeed if you try to use slang.
Yeah, Blair only speaks in the most outdated, super ancient slang. It was never written down. Like you had to be there to get it, and they were there. Amazing. Yeah, I think Geraldine, you would recognize the librarian who is on duty. Her name is Bev Ryan, and she is an older lady with glasses and just a shawl. And she says, "Oh, it's awfully late for all of you to be coming in. Is there anything I can help with?"
We have some sort of project that we need to work on. Otherwise, I would just be here like reading in the corner, not bothering anybody. But because I have, well, an entire group, we have to kind of work on that. There's something kind of pressing, so I apologize. But it wasn't my choice. I'm just kind of here.
Sorry, it was mine, but pursuit of education cannot be halted, and all that good stuff.
But yeah, whatever Taylor just said.
Okay, well, do you need a study room? There's a few open.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Some of us are very not quiet.
Robin goes, who?
I don't know. You tell me.
I think we're all very
Like I think it's
at normal
Robin.
level.
Oh, I can be quiet.
For how long?
Yet to be seen.
Good answer.
Not promising too much. I like it.
I appreciate your honesty, Robin.
No problem.
And
Yeah, I think the
as
room
you
is
all,
nice.
yeah, as you all head back to the study room, you can almost hear the faint sounds outside of the squelching flip-flops.
Guys, is that the same noise we heard earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we smell anything yet?
Maybe a hint.
Ah. Oh.
Are we being followed?
Jigs, you owe me a soda, Robin.
Okay. Here, wait. I can go get one right now. Just
No. Do not. Don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are.
Yeah, let's
This
split up.
is sus. Stay right where you are.
Okay.
Is it getting closer?
Once you get into the study room, you can't hear anything. It's fairly soundproof.
Is there any window into a hallway or anything that we can peer into where we heard the
Oh,
noise
yeah.
coming from? Do we see anything?
I mean,
if
where you
Geraldine
heard the
goes to look.
noise, where you heard the noise would be outside, like back out of the library.
Okay.
But from your study room, you can see like out into the rest of the library. There's like windows so they can make sure nobody's in there fooling around.
So Geraldine goes to look out the window just to make sure that there's no one in view.
And you notice there's no one in view.
This is really
When
weird.
you had seen people as you came in, not a lot. It's late enough that it's a little quiet, but there's no one there anymore.
Oh well, we have shit to do, guys. Let's get going on this. I am too tired right now.
Aren't you consistently tired?
You know what? No one asked. Okay, it's like 5 p.m. and I don't really like being awake when the sun's not awake.
The sun do be killing people.
All right.
Mostly Blair.
Mostly me.
Geraldine, would you be trying to shut Blair down right now, or more keep your cool?
Probably just keep my cool.
Okay. Why don't you roll me a cool roll, or I guess it'd be cold in this case.
That's 2d6.
Yep.
Okay. I rolled a 7.
Okay. Yeah. So you are able to fairly well keep your cool, but maybe you're getting a little bit frustrated.
Okay.
to the point where I think that Blair would gain a string on you.
Teehee.
All right.
It goes in my satchel.
Just kind of pushing those buttons a little bit.
Her genuinely not even meaning to.
I mean, when you're 1300, I think you just know.
Hold on, I did the math. Wait. 696.
Nice.
Damn this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's amazing because that's 69 both ways.
I know, it's glorious.
I guess double nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Like Moon. Legend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wish we had our werewolf here because I'm sure they have a
Oh my
cousin
gosh.
named Moon.
Yep.
So, yeah. Do you mention to anyone, Geraldine, that there's no one else out there?
No, I just say, like, guys, it's whatever. We have shit to do. Let's get going.
All right, let's just get to it. Yeah, and we keep going until something happens.
So I will say, you all decided to come to the library, but you know that realistically you would have to go to the science lab because that is where you would be doing your research project. But it is canon that Taylor doesn't always know the right thing to do. So,
I was just following behind Geraldine.
Would there really be like nothing, like no resources in the library that like Geraldine would know about that would help with this research project, assuming we all had the syllabus?
It's less of a research as in like reading and reporting on it, more of like an active research, like you are actively experimenting on things.
So there wouldn't like be any records of anything like related.
I think at this point, Professor Mundane would have probably checked out anything relevant and keep it in his office.
Okay. Noted.
But this was a good place to regroup and, have a little bit of privacy.
Okay. Well, I like flick Taylor on the head and I'm like, nice going, dipshit. And then I start leading the group out.
I've never done a research project in a lab. I'm sorry. This is just an instinct. It was a flinch.
I think, Geraldine, I'm going to ask you to roll again because you're kind of shutting Taylor down at this point. So it'll be another cold roll.
I rolled a 9.
Just pat him on the head. Like, it's okay, Taylor.
So, with your 9, choose one of the following. Either Taylor loses a string on you. I don't remember if he has any strings on you.
I do. I saw the stealing of something out of my bag.
That's right. So Taylor could lose a string on you, could gain a condition, or you could get a +1 on your next roll.
I'll take back that string.
All right.
Okay.
Power dynamics shifted. Not that. Yeah.
The fun thing is, because it was not a complete success, Taylor, you get to impose a condition on Geraldine.
Oh. Wow. Oh no. What are my choices?
You can basically do anything. It's a little too open-ended in my opinion. But whatever you think that Taylor would want Geraldine to feel in response to shutting him down.
It feels like to me as like the player that Geraldine is like someone that's like very confident in what they do, and because I'm like it was a mistake is like trying to get on Geraldine's good side, so maybe like a little bit of guilt, but I don't know if Geraldine can feel guilty. I don't know. So I don't.
I mean, probably. Like she just doesn't show anything, so I wouldn't. Like that seems canon.
Okay, that sounds good then.
Why don't you tell us, though, Myrtle, what would Geraldine maybe be thinking to herself in this moment?
When it comes to feeling guilt as the
Mhm.
condition, probably something like, "Oh man, I probably shouldn't have done that. This is like my project partner. I probably should be keeping things at least civil so I can get good grades."
Yeah, that makes sense. And Robin and Blair, what would the two of you be doing?
To be honest, I feel like Blair's just watching this. Oh, hello. My dog is upset with you, Geraldine. I hope you know that.
I don't want to upset the puppy. Oh no.
I genuinely have no idea what that.
Taylor, like, yeah, it's fine. Puppy, immediately.
We do not upset animals.
Yeah, that's valid.
That scared me. I ain't gonna lie to you. She deaf, so I ain't expect no noise out of her. I was like, what? I feel like Blair's just kind of watching it happen, and is like just patting Taylor on the head. And is like, there. It's okay.
Who's next?
No, I know.
Okay.
Geraldine's just like that, I think.
Okay.
Don't be upset.
I'm not upset. I'm just.
I mean, you're allowed to be upset, but like, there's like books in here, and tears on books is bad.
It feels like that could have almost been like a poem or something.
Right.
It's gonna be okay.
Taylor's
I don't
gonna
know
read.
if this is comforting.
I don't know either, but it's not making it worse, so I think we're okay.
Okay. Yeah, just put like a bug in Geraldine's shoe or something.
What?
Well, actually, no.
Yeah, I'm saying. I feel like that would be like.
If she's a witch, she might enjoy that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what I'm
What do
thinking.
witches not like?
Not a bug in the shoe.
We'll think about this later.
Debug the shoes.
Doing so good. Robin, what about you?
Robin probably would have gotten bored or something. Pulled out a little satchel out of their bag and pulled out like a weird looking scale thing and start like looking at it and kind of mesmerized by it.
Sure. Ooh, Robin, have you made a promise to anyone in the group?
No.
Like, even
No?
outside of the game, do you think there's anyone you might have made a promise to?
Well, I just made a no, I didn't make a promise. What would be something I would promise? I don't know.
It's okay, you can think on it.
Okay.
Not me trying to cause problems over here. I would never.
A promise.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Are we heading? We're collectively going to the lab at this point, right?
You all have been, well, most of them have been comforting you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Big baby Taylor.
I mean, it do be like that. It's all right. You're allowed to feel feelings, Taylor.
Taylor's not allowed. No. Adrian in real life. Taylor, you're allowed.
Good times. Yeah. So is that the plan though? Is to head back to the lab?
Yeah. We gotta rectify the goof.
Yeah, Geraldine started leading the group after the flick on the head.
Yeah, because you're like, I don't want to be here because I feel kind of bad.
Yeah, maybe not like before. Maybe not the pre-flick. I don't want to be here. I feel bad. But after the flick, I definitely started feeling bad.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So Geraldine, you already kind of knew that the people who had been out here were not there anymore. But now that the rest of you are leaving, you notice like the librarian and the other people you had seen like studying and working on things are not there. And you see wet footprints that look like what the hell do you call them? The things on like scuba gear, the fins.
Slippers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like wet footprints, kind of slimy, that look like flippers.
Geraldine chooses not to say anything this time.
Do we all
This
see
time
these?
and the time before.
Yeah. Chooses.
Yeah, all of you see it.
Can I roll for the void again?
Absolutely.
Yay.
Void rolls.
Miss Ma'am, what are you yip yapping yallering about?
Whatever she wants.
Please, no void
Aw.
rolls.
She's just gonna sit up here for a
Oh,
second.
hi, puppy.
That's a 5. I can't roll shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, your gaze into the void is not very good.
Mm-mm. I just gaze. That's it. There was no void.
Yeah, you stopped there and couldn't get any further.
Is water
you know what?
wet?
No? Question mark?
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, I think that I think the only thing you get is more confusing. Like Blair, you feel more confused than you were before. It's just like a
Wonderful.
lot of
Okay.
random. You're probably mostly getting like Sage's thoughts.
Oh,
So
okay.
like a lot of like bright lights.
I'm blinded temporarily.
It's
Just
just like in your head. It's like a mental bright light.
Sage looks so happy right now.
Basically always, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2 out of 2 moth people. They're just kind of dumb and happy. Here for it.
I love them. They're
Yeah.
so great.
So jealous.
Dumb, happy, great ass. That's all you need.
Yep.
Anybody else want to do anything? Seeing these
I thought of,
wet footprints?
I did think of a promise.
Okay.
Because it's Robin. It's gonna be something silly. So they got Geraldine to promise to go to coffee with them.
Ooh. Okay. Important question. Robin,
Mhm.
did you keep your promise?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, let's say that it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
For again reasons.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Typical Thirstmaster thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, Thirstmaster.
Mm.
So, what are y'all doing about the wet footprints or anything? Or are you just like leaving, ignoring them?
Blair's just looking at it and is like, is nobody gonna say anything about that? Are we just gonna ignore it?
Geraldine
weird.
says, nope, keeps walking.
Do we,
You would ignore
should
it.
should we tell the librarian there's a water? Wet goo?
Well, the librarian's not there anymore.
Oh.
And
Never
you do
mind.
notice, like, without going and looking at the rest of the library, you wouldn't know. But it is strangely quiet compared to even what it was before. You know, libraries are usually kind of quiet, but this is like unnaturally quiet. Like whenever you first move into a house and there's nothing and nobody, how it's just like super awkward, a little echoey. It's like that.
Oh.
The moment that
It's not-
Geraldine notices that awkward silence, she starts running.
You said running?
Yes.
What?
Okay.
What the? Geraldine?
Come on, guys. I'm not about to get eaten today.
What do you mean? What the? Runs after runs. Just runs.
Robin
Robin.
follows through.
Blair.
Blair's just like following and it's like I don't understand.
So, I would like all of you to roll with volatile, please, as you're trying to run away.
Oh no.
I got an 8.
What's my
Excellent.
modifier?
That's one of my negatives.
It is one of my negatives. I just got blessed.
I got a 4.
Oh no.
10.
6.
Okay. So Taylor and Blair, each of you choose one of these, and they can be the same one. You run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you leave something behind.
I'm gonna say.
Oh,
I
sorry.
left-
It would just be Taylor or Blair.
Oh, I rolled a 4 though.
Yep. So that is just a total fail. I think that Geraldine probably has that, like, the fight or flight. There's also the freeze response, but I think she just kind of freezes
Okay.
because
Even though we
because
were
a 4
running?
would be because a 4 is a total fail. I think that it's just like that overwhelming fear where you just sort of shut down.
Oh, okay, so I wanted to run, but then couldn't run. So instead of running, I froze.
Essentially, yes. Which
Okay.
I will give you a second. Like, I'm not gonna force you to stay in that spot. I think that's just kind of the way that it makes sense for that total fail.
Okay.
Can you go over the options one more time? Sorry.
Yeah. So again, they can be the same, but it's you run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you leave something behind, which you did leave something or someone behind.
I run into something worse because I don't even know what we're running from.
I would also like to
Absolutely.
run into something worse. Thank
Look
you.
at that.
Oh, amazing.
Look at that.
So
That's teamwork if I've ever heard it.
Yeah.
so the way this works out, Robin, you got a complete success. Robin is out the door and gone, like track runner gone, like Usain Bolt fast almost.
I think it's all a
Meanwhile-
game.
That's perfect.
It's the drugs. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, all the
Ah,
drugs.
yes, the cocaine. Zoom.
Where do you think that comes from? Feyrealm, obviously.
Yeah.
So they are already gone. Taylor and Blair, you are starting to leave. I think you probably would notice that Geraldine froze. Like, she didn't go anywhere, even though she started to run before the rest of you. And you see, as you turn around to check on Geraldine, that there are these sort of blobs almost with seaweed coming off of them. And the foul odor is more powerful than ever before because now you can see these things. They're much closer than they've ever been. And there are 5 of them, and they are just sort of shambling towards you.
Cool. I'm like, Geraldine, we gotta go.
I'm so scared.
And then I'm going to use the bridge, which causes an image of a wall between Geraldine and the blobs.
Ooh, okay.
It says roll to yeah, it says roll to conjure an illusion, and then but it doesn't specify what roll. So I guess it's up to the Thirstmaster, whatever they want me to roll.
What is your best stat?
Best stat is cold.
Okay.
I could show that as like cold and calculated for a second.
Exactly. I will let you roll with cold on this because it would make sense for it to be your best stat.
All right. Come on, RNG. That is going to be a total of 9. So with a 7, 10 plus, it's entirely convincing. On a 7 to 9, my knowledge of its falsehood leaks through and it appears unstable. People who see it can keep their cool, realizing it's unsafe or fake on a hit. So I guess I'm not unsure of the lingo of on a hit meaning.
Right. So yeah, I mean, in this case, Geraldine, I think maybe not that you would know exactly what Taylor is, but you would know this is some kind of magical fuckery because I mean you're a witch, so of course you do. So it would give you some pretty serious clues as to what Taylor is, because this whole time they've been denying being anything, despite the shadow comment and whatnot. And so you know that this is fake, but it seems to at least temporarily slow down or like baffle these creatures.
Where am I in relation? Like, how far close to the actual scene am I?
I mean, the wall is between you and these creatures, and so you're close enough. I mean, it's not a huge room, I would think. So maybe like 20 feet from your friends and about the same from the creatures.
Okay. I don't really know that Geraldine would do anything other than gawk at it. Like,
I mean, seeing that they're seemingly like slowed or stopped, I think that it would be maybe something that could help you break through that freeze response.
That's what I was
Okay.
hoping for, just at least to break eye line with whatever it is. Even though these things don't have eyes.
They do. They're just very hard to see.
Oh, okay.
They're like the emo kids with the swoop.
Classic.
Yeah.
And I think in that case, Geraldine probably just like sighs and was like, "Yeah, that's typical. How did I know that I didn't want to be out here?" Just, yeah.
So would she be running at this point?
Yeah, probably.
Fast walking.
Assuming that I don't have any other conditions at that point, I bolt.
No. Yeah. So all of you make your way outside. Robin is like far off in the distance. Robin, I think eventually you do realize that, like, you look to see where your friends are and they're not with you.
If that were the case, I'd be like, "Oh, shoot," and then turn around and jog back.
Oh my god, is Robin the person who like jogs every single morning like 12 miles before they do anything?
I'm gonna say yes because they're very active.
How else is Robin going to see all the views before class?
Exactly. Gotta talk to all my tree friends.
I was gonna say there's so many trees to talk to.
True. The trees are very talkative in the morning. Yeah, so it doesn't take very long, Taylor, before you feel your magic start to falter, and you can hear the wet flip-flop sounds again.
Okay. Yeah, it's just an illusion. Because I didn't roll high enough, it is not like if they try to like touch it or anything, it's just like, wait a minute, this isn't real. So like as soon as that happens, I'm like, okay, gotta go. And I follow suit behind as best as I can. I'm not a fighter. I gotta go.
Are you a runner, though? That's the important question.
Debatable. I'm already sweating. I mean, what's the point of not just getting everything else sweaty? And I don't care at this point.
Yeah. Solid power walker. Fantastic. So you all are making your way to the lab. Once there, what is your plan? What are you doing? Because now you've seen these monsters that are not monsters like you.
Hey, that's not normal. Also, hi. This is out of my wheelhouse. I don't tell people this, but people don't look at me the same after this. But I do illusions. I do magic. I do the little stupid thumb trick, and I go, oh.
Geraldine rolls her eyes and is like, well, no shit, Sherlock.
Not a magic guy, not a detective.
I'm a witch. I understand what magic is, dumbass.
Sage again just has like huge eyes. I was like, "Are you like Chris Angel?"
Yeah, kinda, but like less famous and a lot of you know what? Just yes, I'm exactly like Chris Angel. I was gonna explain away, but I don't think I can keep away from the Chris Angel allegations.
Yeah. They're like, it makes sense because my mind is freaked right now.
Can I take harm? Can I take harm?
Sure.
Okay.
The Chris Angel allegations.
Wouldn't that be the only way an illusionist could actually take harm, because there's no direct form anyway, so it would be psychological damage?
Oh, perfect.
Damn.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So, what is the plan?
Is our professor dude, the dude who's supposed to be, I don't know, who hired us to do this stuff, is he, or...
He does not
Where'd
seem
he
to
at,
be
though?
around.
Damn. Can I roll something to like investigate the room or observe to see if there's anything else suspicious in here?
Third time's the charm.
Listen,
Why
leave.
don't you
I'm
give me-
trying.
Why don't you give me another gaze into the abyss? See if we can get past gaze.
No, we did not. We
What'd
did
you
not.
get?
I feel like I should have an attorney present to answer that. I'm basically only rolling like I essentially only rolled one dice for that.
Amazing.
I didn't even get
I
that far
love
into
how-
the gaze thing. All I heard was illusion, and I was like, "What?"
Your mind was also freaked.
No, I didn't know it was a secret.
Listen, no one wants to date the magician, okay? So I just gotta keep that to myself.
I mean, I think sometimes they get married, unless that's an illusion too.
I mean, I'm sure they write plenty of letters. Looks at Taylor.
Ooh, why are you looking at me like that? That's weird.
I don't know. Why are you still playing with a pretend detached thumb?
It's like a stim a little at this point.
So I would say anyone who wants to search at this point could roll with cold. I think that Adrian, you made a really good point of that being like that calculated kind of a thing. So
All right, what
Give it a
roll
shot.
again was it? Oh,
I'll give it a shot. It's not my best, but give it a shot.
not good. That's a 5.
yeah,
I
I
rolled
just
a
rolled
2
a
and a
10.
1.
What's the
Nice.
roll
Damn.
for?
Yeah, 6.
Okay. And Blair, did you roll?
No, hold on.
Okay. You can say you don't have to if you don't want to, but you're more than welcome to.
8.
Okay. So let's do Blair first because you got a partial success. So let's see.
We love slight successes.
We'll take them. We'll take them.
Yeah. I think that you find fish scales on several of the surfaces in the lab, which is a little unusual. The experiment had nothing to do with fish. Geraldine, you find notes. I think probably somehow you like hex the lock on the professor's desk, and you find notes that detail what the experiment is really about. And you see that there are a lot of like cryptic symbols that probably even you and Taylor would not recognize. And eventually it starts to just kind of get incoherent. Like even the stuff that is in English doesn't make a lot of sense. And there are a lot of crudely drawn pictures of these people who are like fish man hybrids. And looking at these pictures, you're pretty sure that's what you saw in the library. They were just covered in seaweed.
I, for a
found
second,
fish
misheard
scales.
that. Híjole.
Cool. Great. Geraldine takes a moment to read everything first. I don't know how long that would take, depending on how many notes there are, but like goes through them. Is there anything else of note?
Nothing of note, no.
Okay. But do I know like who wrote these? Like was it the teacher or?
Yeah, it definitely seems like the teacher for sure.
Okay. I put it on like a central table and like call everyone over like, hey guys, you should probably take a look at this. This looks a little weird.
I mean, all English looks weird to me.
Blair,
I mean, I don't blame you.
Well, you do notice, Blair, that some of the stuff that would not make sense to the others does look like ancient Sumerian.
Can I read it?
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
It says a lot of like incoherent things. A lot of things that seem like they would be impossible to pronounce by probably human tongues or vampire.
The teacher that wrote this does not know how to speak proper Sumerian, and that upsets me to my core.
Terrible grammar.
Yeah, like there's not supposed to be an apostrophe. That's not how you spell that. It's got 2 G's, not 1. I speak 8 languages except modern English. This is ridiculous.
Okay, you take the notes then.
I can't read the top half.
Oh.
All right. Well, I don't know what to.
I feel like I just roughly try and write on translation what I can understand because a lot of it is probably like what I'm like red pen.
See, I was gonna say I think we found our top and our bottom just now, so.
Oh
I hate it here.
No, you don't. Don't lie.
Listen, I'm just a tall vampire. I'm just having a nice time.
So like Blair can speak some like English decently well. So if like I was able to read like what I could understand like out loud, would that be enough for Blair to have all the information in the notes?
Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna fourth time is the charm, but Geraldine, I'm gonna have you roll as well. I'm gonna have you roll
do
as
it.
well.
This time do it for
Like,
real though.
Okay.
2d6.
2d6.
Yep, and then add your dark.
I rolled an 8.
Okay, and what is your dark?
1.
Okay, so 9 total. Fantastic. Blair, what'd you get?
That's a great question. I can't math all of a sudden. 7.
I'm
That's the
always
highest
too
I've.
gay to math.
That's the highest I've gotten for dark is a 7.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that is a partial success.
Hell
so
yeah,
you're doing
we'll
better.
take it.
So, between the two of you with your partial successes, I think you are able to put together, with the English and Sumerian mishmash, that it kind of seems like the professor has gotten into something non-scientific for sure, and has somehow gotten into the dark arts, which would be familiar to Geraldine, and I think explaining it out loud, Taylor would be like, "Oh yeah, no, I've heard of this. It's not really your like forte per se, but you've heard about it in like magic circles." Yeah, and it is some sort of like dark ritual to hybridize people with these fish creatures, because the fish creatures cannot live on land. Mixing them with humans helps them to be able to actually come on land, and further spread their species. And as you are thinking about it, there has been a strangely high dropout rate in the last year or so.
Well, I don't know what the proceeding is for dealing with someone who dabbles in the dark arts. In my time, we just killed them most of the time.
I would have been dead a long time ago had I lived back
No,
then.
you would have been dead for different reasons.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, this explains the fish smell, at the very least. This is weird, guys.
Do you
Here,
think the fish will lay eggs, or do you think they reproduce like mammals?
I don't think I want to figure that out, Blair.
Really?
Let's not talk about that.
Well, look,
And
if they're gonna exist, I want to know.
It's
and as you say that, Blair, you hear thumping on the door.
Oh, why'd you have to say you gotta know?
Well, because if humans are gonna get themselves wiped out by dabbling in the dark arts to do
It's not all bad.
not all of it, I've met quite a few dark arts individuals.
Practitioners, yeah.
They
Right
just don't taste
here.
good. They just don't. I don't know what it is. It kind of just tastes like black licorice and rum, and not even good rum. I don't know if the
so
blood
magic
is
users
tainted,
taste like
but
Jägermeister and rum. That's what I mean.
dark practitioners, like people who don't mess with that, taste different.
I'm gonna stay away from you, Blair. Got it.
You already do. It doesn't make much of a difference now.
Fair point.
Also, you are not my type to feed off of, I promise.
Is this a
Okay,
competition?
noted.
I'd
If
be
it
more
is, you've
likely
already
to-
lost.
If I
Me?
wanted it, I would have already had it.
Do we have to
Robin.
go and like talk to Robin and Taylor about this? Do we have to like show them, or have they been like looking over our shoulders as we've been translating?
They're looking
here?
over your shoulder.
I mean, you've all been talking
You-
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've all been talking about it out loud. Like, I think that it would be a little bit much to write it, because Geraldine, you can't write in ancient Sumerian, and Blair can't read English.
I can write it, but I can't read it. That's wild.
Yeah, and they can speak it decent-ish.
I definitely feel like there is a heavy accent, and like sometimes there is pauses to be like, I don't know what word this is. Hold on. Just complete confusion. It's like, I know 8 languages. Hold on, let me find the word for this. Wait a minute. I gotta go through the
that's
dictionary.
entirely valid. That's entirely valid. And so, as you all are trying to figure out what to do, you hear this thumping again, and you see that there is liquid starting to pool under the doorway. into the lab.
Oh man.
But do we want to open it, or should we
Is
just
that-
like
No.
let
Is
it
that the only
stay
door
there?
Are there any windows?
Like that would go to the outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like try to open a window just
Yeah.
in case.
I think that the lab would be at least on the 3rd floor.
Oh,
Oh, that's child's
What?
play. Let me at it.
Blair's like, I'll just step outside. It'll be fine. It does feel nice to get that whiff of fresh air, though, because at this point you've been around these fish creatures enough that I think the
Mhm.
smell kind of lingers on all of you. But opening the window, you finally get like a breath of fresh air for a moment. But
That's
you
good.
hear, as the pounding continues, the door starts to crack.
So, decision time. Are we jumping or are we fighting?
I'm not a. We could figure out what happens if I have an idea. We can
I
all.
do too. It involves jumping.
Okay. All right, y'all can jump or whatever. I'm gonna try to see what I can do here. And I'm
Actually,
is there a place to
Taylor-
hide?
Yeah, probably like cabinets and stuff. Taylor, is there anything you can do illusion wise?
well, it says it's only if I get a 10 plus. Otherwise, it doesn't actually happen because I have solid illusion on a 10 plus. The conjured structure functions as if normal object for this scene, so like it can actually manifest. It says what's called bridge, wall, and building. Would it be too much to ask for a slide?
No, not at all. I think that's close enough to a bridge.
Okay.
I will say here you could spend strings in order to increase your roll, which might be a useful thing to do.
Yes. And I can just like put things like forward towards this roll. Is that essentially what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, how many are you gonna use?
Oh, I have strings on everybody. Am I supposed to like let go of that string by giving them the thing that like I know about them? Like how is, or actually Robin and Blair are hot and beautiful, so like there's that. I don't know what to do with those strings. I just have
Right.
them.
You just compliment us. That's it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then your string on Geraldine is that you saw
Yeah,
them like.
but Geraldine took
going
that
through your
string
stuff?
back.
Oh, that's true.
But I
So
do
you don't
have,
like-
I still have a string on Geraldine because I watch everybody.
That's right. Yeah. So I would like. Well, actually, first, how many are you using?
I
Here.
can use 3.
Okay. So one for each of them.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I would like all of you collectively to decide how the group works together to help Taylor cast the spell.
You said the door's breaking, right? Like they've cracked it.
Yeah.
I want to start pushing like some of the tables in front of it to like give them more time so
Yeah.
they can cast. So like I'm like stacking tables and chairs on top to try and buy a little bit more so they can cast effectively.
Fantastic.
Geraldine tries to help with this despite being significantly shorter than Blair.
So like Blair's doing most of the work and then Geraldine's like pushing on a corner.
Yeah.
Making sure it's secure. Got it.
Yeah. Teamwork, right?
And I guess Robin would be like encouraging Taylor.
Okay, so tell me, Robin, because you are directly interacting with Taylor, how does your attractiveness benefit Taylor in this moment?
My attractiveness.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you do or say in order to help encourage Taylor?
I would. Oh, this is the part about it. I would say I would probably tease in like a little flirtatious way. I would tease them, and just like, yeah, sort of. I'm trying to think what I would say.
Well, so let's first, Taylor, would this be something that you would be receptive to, or would this be something that you're like kind of ambivalent towards?
It would definitely throw me off because Taylor, at his core, or their core, any of the pronouns, Taylor kind of has that fight within him, like if he is doing anything correctly, or if he's doing well, or if people actually care or like him. So if someone were to kind of like flirt, there's like, oh, I have to work with that. But if someone were to be more like, I think Taylor would work more towards like encouragement.
Okay.
I mean, it could be both. It could
yeah,
be both.
yeah. And it would be like, okay, and that's a more of a not as steep of a slope that Taylor can take on right now.
Robin, please roll with hot. Mechanically, I'm using the turn someone on, but we're gonna tweak it a little bit.
Okay. 12 plus 2, so that's a 14.
Holy shit. Okay. Let's see. You gain a string on Taylor. And Taylor, you actually get to choose what happens in this situation. So with turn someone on, normally the choices are they give themselves to you, they promise you something that they think that you want, or they get embarrassed and act awkward. I don't think the third one would necessarily be helpful in this moment. Personally, I think the second one would be the most logical. So that would be promising you something that you want.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm still gonna leave it up to you.
I'm promising the Fae something wonderful. Okay, cool.
Well, no, this would be the Fae promising you something. This would be the Fae promising you something. So Robin gets a string on you, but they're also making a promise to you.
Okay. I would say that, or Taylor would want, like, the promise that Taylor would want is something to do something that's not so high strung, where Taylor has to be so this version of Taylor. So something not in school, like just something to relax and talk, like without the shadows like obscuring who Taylor really is.
So again, I mean, this is entirely up to you, Adrian, and well, Taylor in this case. To me, that sounds like a very low key kind of date, but still a date.
Yeah. Well, Taylor doesn't know the difference right now. Taylor's too high strung to even consider any kind of interaction a date. But yeah.
Nothing is low key for Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, however they would phrase that, I think is what Robin would be promising, if that's something that you would also be amenable to, Elena.
Yeah.
All right.
So
cool.
they'd probably say something along the like, if this goes really well, I'll take you out or take you to a nice relaxing place, basically, where we can just hang out.
You keep talking about the Fae. Is that? I mean, I'd be amenable to that.
You want to see the fairy?
Sure. I mean, I've only I've never been outside of our campus for the longest time. I've been too strung up with work, but that'd be okay.
I mean, it is very relaxing. So it's also very bright and colorful. It might be a different feel for you.
Yeah, let's hope this works out first before we plan too much. And then creates this shadow. I rolled a 5. I have
Okay.
2 to cold. And
Okay.
then I have the 3, which gets me to 10, so I can solidify this object.
Absolutely. That is fantastic.
Eesh.
What does your slide look like?
That seems like the worst slide, but I think that's just Taylor. It's that really, like, if it was really sunny, the super hot slide it's just a sheet of metal that goes down and out that doesn't seem safe, but kids love it anyways.
Yeah, it's all like super sharp metal and like excruciatingly hot. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some of the bolts kind of sticking out over the it's just like it could have been nice, but this is just all from like memory. So it has those imperfections in it.
Yeah, amazing. So Blair and Geraldine, to kind of set the scene, you are basically like at this point holding these tables and chairs and things against the door, keeping the fish creatures from getting in. And Robin, in a super gay moment, promises to take Taylor out to the Fey realm on a super cute little date thing. Low key, very casual.
Very cash.
And
very cash.
We now have the 90s metal slide that who would be going first, I guess?
Robin.
Everybody else. Taylor wanted to go last, just in case anything happens with the and nothing will, but like with the shadow thing.
Right. Yeah. So Robin, as you like dive, it is so hot. Even though at this point it's probably like 1 a.m. It is excruciatingly hot somehow.
Would I be able to like, take off the cardigan, stick it under so I can help relieve the pain?
You could, but you're still a little singed afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I remember those slides very well, and there's nothing you
Me
can do.
too.
You're just gonna get burnt. And then Geraldine or Blair, who would go next?
I mean, probably me. Just Blair has more strength.
Yeah, you're getting thrown on that slide. Go.
Yeah. So I'd go next.
Yeah, Blair just like shoves you. Amazing. All right. Taylor and Blair, who would be next?
Do you
Blair.
want to go?
Blair, go. You got it.
I feel like Blair does not sit down on it. I feel like they just like immediately start riding like the sidecar in heels. Just not. They're like, absolutely not.
Amazing. All right. And Taylor, as you are about to head down this slide, you hear as the door is finally burst through and these tables are shoved violently into the room, breaking beakers and glass cabinets, knocking everything over. And you see that these creatures start to pour into the room, and you just absolutely zip down this slide. Now that you all have gotten out, I can only imagine that you're going to dispel your illusion.
Yes. Okay. If there's any way, I don't know if this thing takes fall damage, but if like one starts to like get on it, I just like and disappear, just free falls.
Ooh, I think because they're all pretty like jammed close together, you could wait a little while even and like get 2 or 3 of them pretty easily.
All right.
Yeah. Where would you all be going at this point?
We can't get this project done. Is all I know. It's just too late. It is 1 a.m. I just don't know what we do. There was no librarian earlier. Like,
let's just bring one of these unconscious fish people in for the project.
To the professor.
Yeah.
You want to
Be
get
like,
his name.
hey. Yeah, because like we figured out he was the one behind it all. The notes said it.
Yeah, but what if he just like didn't want us to know and then tries to kill us?
Well, then why would he put us
Asked
up
us.
to it? Why would he put us up to it if like he didn't want us to know?
Because people are sadistic.
I mean, that's true, and like for all we know, he could be some monster too. But like this isn't right. Maybe we should go to the dean. Like I don't care like if they're sleeping or not. We need to tell somebody about this.
We have a
What's
dean.
up? I would assume so.
Maybe. I've never been here before.
First master.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, it's a college campus. There's definitely at least one dean.
Yeah, there's got to be a dean somewhere. Let's go wake him up.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think that you all probably know the campus decently well. It's not that big. So this is Dean Pratt, and he is not happy at all at being woken up, and calls
I
the
feel
other
like Geraldine did that, like just banging on this man's door.
Yeah,
dean.
it's definitely
Absolutely.
Robin. Hey, Dean Pratt.
Yeah, the both
Hey.
of you. Yeah, calls the other deans and gets a small group of these very responsible looking adults to everyone who isn't Blair, because you're significantly older than all of them. And they're just like, okay, why have you woken all of us? It's the middle of the night. Explain yourselves.
Can I show them the notes that I had found? Assuming I still have them, or did I leave them in the lab?
Just the notes and stuff.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is very creative, Geraldine.
I thought we had one of the fish people's bodies. Like
Yeah.
we drugged that with us.
We did.
Yeah, I
No,
would imagine
no.
that Blair probably did.
These are
But
real.
I love the idea that Geraldine started with the notes, and they're like, "Great, you're an art major, right?"
Ow. Ah.
Oh,
That hurts.
And then Blair just like brings in this unconscious.
I
fish
feel like it's
person.
not even some just slamming on the table.
Yeah. And it's not dead. It's very unconscious, but still breathing. And immediately all of them, like, they are up on their feet, aghast. And they're like, what the hell is this?
That's a great question.
That's what we wanted to ask you.
It was
Our
trying
teacher
to
put us up
eat
to
us.
this.
Which teacher?
What was his name again? I don't even
Professor
remember.
Mundane. It's Professor
Professor
Mundane.
Professor Mundane. It's such a mundane name. No wonder I forgot it. Professor Mundane put us up to this.
Yeah,
I
I'm
found
gonna
his
take
notes.
some IRL psychic damage now. Thank you.
Apology.
No, you're fine.
Damn.
Continue.
Now they
I
have
didn't mean to
something to
cut you
talk about in therapy later.
Yes, I can tell my therapist I'm fine.
But we're just trying to do our project, and it got really late, and this is what we found in the lab, like locked in the drawer.
Yeah, out of character. This is definitely what happens at 1 a.m. on college campuses.
I thought that maybe usually they'd be dead by now because no one lived to tell the story.
I mean, this is horrible. We have monsters on our campus. Obviously, we need to eliminate them. We can't have this. Oh, Lee, were you saying something?
Oh.
Because I could not.
You're not gonna think about curing them because they have human DNA. You're just gonna execute them for something
This is a
they
monster.
probably had. But the notes clearly say you can read English, can you not? that these are used with human as well as fish monster DNA. They probably did not consent to that either.
I don't know how to turn them back. I'm not some kind of
You have people to
magician.
do that, though. You have a literal dude named Mundane here who was able to do it with your funding. I don't see why you can't get another one, maybe named Supernatural, to undo it with the funding.
I still don't believe that this magic is real. This has to be some kind of just really fucked up science experiment.
Blair is just
Dean Pratt, with all due respect,
with
where
lack of
is
respect. Can you read English? Can you read it? Do you
Can
see
I?
here? Do you see on this paper where it says like the genetic mutations, which is a scientific proven thing? Do you know what a Punnett square is?
I love the idea that Blair, because they can't read English, is pointing at the wrong thing in English.
Blair, no, I feel like Blair is like, oh, wrong part. That part.
Or even Geraldine like comes over and like moves your hand.
right here? There
It's
you
just
go.
the audio. English, motherfucker.
There it is.
Like you see this on this paper. Thank you. On this paper, where it shows you the percentile, how it was done. The rest of that you don't need to worry about. However, this part, we're just gonna ignore that.
Again, I don't know anything about that. I am
Do y'all
a
not
scientist.
monitor your teachers?
Not like this.
Do you know anything about Professor Mundane that like was off? This isn't right. I don't think I've ever met a teacher like this one, much less that would put us in danger like this.
Well, Carl came highly recommended, but I don't really talk to him a lot.
Who hired him?
It was a group thing.
Oh, so it was everyone. It was a group decision to hire a professor that is doing experiments on fish and humans.
Well, obviously we didn't know what kind of experiments.
Can I use my ability, the marionette?
Oh, to do what?
I'm going to create like an illusion of Carl Mundane outside of the room. And let me just get the verbiage real quick. The marionette. I can create and control an illusion that looks exactly like someone. Oh no, I didn't read all the way. I have to spend a technically, okay. It says spend a string on them.
You do still have some strings.
Yeah. Okay, so I can just spend. Okay, I can spend that string. I thought it was like spend one of their strings, and I'm like, well, technically, it says everyone. No, I don't know how far you want to go, but I'll.
That's actually that is a very good point. That is a very good point.
And then I have to roll to conjure illusion once again. Doesn't tell me which one to roll. 10, it's indistinguishable.
I'm still gonna say cold.
Cold? All right, cool.
Yeah.
10 is indistinguishable, and then what's it called? And 7 through 9, I have to choose either it's a little off somehow, or it only lasts for like this scene. But yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Roll an 11 plus 2. Let's go.
Amazing. Yeah. So what do you have this illusion do or say?
I'm Carl Mundane and I did horrible things. God, fire me and arrest me. Come find me. I'm gonna run away now. Call the cops. Run away. Also, a side note, I can't, whatever.
So at this point, you all know that, obviously there have been these experiments or what have you happening, and the school's leadership, their response is monsters bad, magic bad, we have to get rid of all of this.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're definitely going to, go after the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you all be doing? How would we wrap this up?
This is like a systematic problem, unfortunately, where like we are people of monster and magic, right?
Mm. Yes.
We're fucked.
We are fucked. We would have to potentially like organize.
I feel like Blair starts a petition to remove all the people who hired Mundane under the guise.
But they said it was a group thing. Like it was like
I want all of them gone. Gone.
None of you
all
have
of
talked
them.
to none of you have talked to Carl though.
We don't. Oh well, we thought. I don't know where Carl is.
We couldn't find him. I think got attacked by fish.
Well, I mean, I think Taylor, because you watch everyone very carefully, I think you
True.
would be able to know where he stays.
Okay, we can go confront Mundane as well. I don't know. Maybe this is all just. Maybe we can go talk to Mundane. Maybe this, because Mundane did start acting strange. This might not be the same person. This might be somebody that did something similar to what I can do for Mundane. So we could go check on that as well.
Yeah. So you all head to Mundane's residence.
Hi, it's 3 a.m.
As you arrive at this, we'll say it's a small like bungalow type house. The lights are all on. The door is not even fully closed. And going inside, because the door's open, you see the house is a wreck. But you also see Carl just like scribbling on paper. And he's like, "Oh, hello. I didn't expect to see you all."
Hey man, the cops might be coming for you. My bad. Like
Well,
you're
whatever do you mean?
doing. Oh, okay. Blair, and Geraldine have like info on your stuff that you've been messing with, which is unethical, in my opinion. In all our opinions.
Which stuff would that be? Please be more specific.
I love how it was. What stuff would that be? Like, there's multiple things that he's done that are unethical.
No. Let me. You start listing them, and I'll tell you when to stop when we get to it. Okay.
Oh, you must mean the fish people, right? Surely that's what you.
Oh, you got it on the first try.
Well, do you see? I offered students the opportunity to become more than they were. Students who were not doing so well, and they had the choice. They consented to this.
Okay, well that takes my argument out then.
Well, here's the other argument, though. We could have the power dynamic better than what they once were. Is this like an academic thing? And you're like, well, I can improve your scores. Like, what is this? What is this? Also, why are people disappearing?
Well, you see, something you may have learned at this point. Our society doesn't like people, like fish people, for example, people who are different. And, they have all the free housing, all the free fish. Yes, there is a power dynamic issue there, but they all knew what they were getting into. This was offered freely. If anything, they're better off now. Instead of failing out of college, they get to live and, eat all the fish they want.
3 of them have a mild concussion from jumping out of a 3rd-story window.
Why were they following us?
That's a good question. I didn't give them any specific instructions. Maybe they were bored?
So what you're saying is they're not trying to kill us?
Why are they breaking people?
Instincts.
There's a lot of property damage.
Oh, well,
Hope we don't get blamed for it.
I think the bigger issue is again going back to the monstrosity and society. What? Who else knows about this? You said the
Just the-
police.
I don't know. The police thing was I don't just do whoever Dean told.
Oh, the dean. Well, it's been nice knowing you all. I think it's time for me to leave.
Wait, do we just
What do you
go?
mean by that?
Oh, I can't imagine that they'll be very understanding. Usually, the humans don't really like people like me or my fishy friends.
And what are you?
Oh, dude, you know.
And
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, we
The
don't.
Jinx. All of us owe each other cokes later. Keep going.
Okay.
And he says, fine. And you see that where he had been like scribbling on a piece of paper, his hand starts to morph into a tentacle. And he says, I'm also more than just a person. I'm something extra.
A kraken?
A squid.
No.
A cephalopod.
Mm,
Which is
a little bit, but also other things. You see, I'm not from here.
Oh.
Neither am
Yeah,
I.
from actually very, very far away. Like
You're Italian.
another planet.
You're
Yes,
Italian.
Italian. That's what it is. Yes, the planet of Italy.
It's canon now.
Yeah, it's Little Italy on Mars. Yeah. Oh my God.
So what are you going to do with the rest of the fish people that are just kind of roaming now? Like if
Oh
they're just
well,
going to...
I think we'll have to pack up and leave, so that they don't get murdered by the hateful humans.
Mm.
So what you're saying is we have to organize?
Organize. What do you mean?
Like,
Why
like
would you?
organize and well, because we actually have some sort of like, sense of ethics because it's messed up.
I think at this point, Sage, who has been just kind of like thinking about the light, just mopped out.
Geraldine just face palms.
They're just like, I don't want to leave the light, guys.
What?
Then you can't be
the
looking
what?
like that. You can't look like a little person, like a little moth no more, if that's the case.
Well, I'm not that little. I'm like 6 feet tall.
You're littler than me, so you are little.
Okay, but hear me out. What if, and this is still Sage, what if we could be ourselves?
Godspeed.
Well,
Sounds weird coming from you, Blair. You've been yourself for how many years?
669.
Yeah, I think it's gotten easier for
Or
you.
696. Wait,
Yeah.
You don't even remember.
when was the Scottish Revolution? 1328. Somewhere in there.
Wishful thinking.
Don't look at me like
Yeah,
that, Geraldine.
Carl and Sage both at the same time are just like, nice.
I just Blair's just like counting like just like how old am I again? I ain't thought about this in at least a decade.
Right? Vampire problems, right?
Vampire immortal problems. Well, because people think I have body modifications. Apparently, you can buy those.
The teeth.
Also, I found out vampiring is a partial kink as well as a role play thing. I don't understand.
Role playing? That sounds lame.
Yeah, sometimes people do it on the internet for like 3 hours at a time.
I've heard about
It's
that.
2 hours and 12 minutes. Get it right. So at this point, you've been given a couple of potential options. Sage says, "Let's be out. Let's just be who we are. Let's not hide who we are anymore." Carl says, "I'm just gonna fuck off." And the leadership of the college wants to kill all monsters.
Wow, this sucks.
The classic quandary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gotta organize. Obviously, I can set up a building.
For how long?
My manual says a scene. I don't know what that's long, but if we say "and happily ever after," that could be forever. That's all I'm saying.
There is no time constraints. We can't read English.
Exactly.
So what is our intention behind the organizing? Like, what are you hoping to achieve?
Safety?
Safety.
In what way?
From the like dean and the group of people that like are now like don't have a place to go and are going to be killed.
And also organizing in the way that we take out the individuals with such hateful rhetoric by petitioning and making that hateful rhetoric known.
Let's start with one thing at a time, Taylor. One thing at a time.
Listen, I can build a house, but then after that, I got my hands are free. Like I can do other things too.
But safety first.
Safety first, exactly.
Well, and Carl speaks up and says, if you all are like us, if you all are other than human, maybe we could all work together and we don't have to do one thing at a time. Maybe we can be some sort of team.
You might need to change your identity if that's the case.
Whatever do you mean?
Because the humans are sending the police after you because they think you are human and that you should be tried under the humans' court of law. However, if you can just shift what your form looks like, how are they gonna know?
Well, maybe we should take your friend's advice. And they are kind of nodding towards Sage and let them know who we are.
You can let them know, just don't let them know you're mundane and do that. You can, unless you want to go to prison, because they're gonna see this as still unethical.
Yeah,
Unless
that sounds. Your
unless
friend
you're-
said it right. I think this is a systemic issue that maybe we need to.
Yeah, so that's
change
why
the
I'm saying
system.
hide. Hide for the time being.
Or we just come out as who we are. They can't take all of us down together, right?
I suppose so.
Surely there are more of us. It can't just be the four of you and me and the fish. And, well, the five of you, sorry.
That's the thing, though. You don't know. Some of us are still in hiding due to the fact that we don't feel that we can be vulnerable to the public.
Well, maybe us being who we are will help them to be more comfortable being themselves.
So, yeah. I mean, sometimes, yeah.
Maybe
I cannot
if we
speak for
have
every single thing.
Yeah, like maybe if we have a teacher on our side, that's a good thing? Question mark? I don't know. I don't do the school thing very well, much less anything else. So yeah, maybe.
And Carl, with the tentacle, is like stroking his beard and says, "Have you thought about being a fish?"
No,
No.
never. But it's okay to be a fish if one wants to. That's okay. I just don't think I ever have.
Blair sitting in her inability to swim.
At least you could breathe underwater then.
I'm just walking on the ocean floor, I guess, just sunk.
Just Captain Jack. Amazing. Yeah, so I think at this point it sounds like our plan is the monsters come out.
Are they really monsters anymore?
Depends on who you ask.
It's a good answer.
Does that sound like the way we want to end this?
Yeah, we're gonna throw
Yeah.
people now. With
Deep
Deep
paper,
philosophical angst.
not philosophical angst.
Yeah, so why don't you all tell me what our next steps would be as a group before we wrap up?
Find housing.
Yeah, like figure out what is around the university, and like even if we don't have resources, just like get our way through. Like if we have to go to like a homeless shelter or like
Blair sitting in wealthy. Like, what do you mean homeless shelter?
Carl's like, I have all the fish we can eat.
what? Wait. Is that unethical?
It's a different kind of fish.
Okay,
It's
that's
not
another
cannibalism,
discussion for
if
another
that's what you're
day.
thinking. Yeah, it's not cannibalism if that's what you're
Is
thinking.
it
That's your concern.
cannibalism if seasoned differently? Little paprika. It's not cannibalism anymore.
Exactly. That's how that
Okay.
works.
If you say so, all right. That's good. We have food. And Blair, you don't want to go to the homeless shelter?
Why would I? I own a house and property in several different states and countries.
Wait a minute. Why didn't we just go ask you first?
Do you mind lending some space? Or
Yeah, you can take the east wing if that's what you prefer.
okay.
I like my west wing. Don't pay the butler any mind. He doesn't talk. I haven't been able to get that man to talk in like 70 years.
The butler is just Lurch.
It's just a werewolf butler. He just does not talk to Blair.
Amazing.
Blair has no idea why. He started it as a joke, and Blair just kind of accepted he just didn't want to talk, and that's just how it's been for 70 years.
I love that so much. What about Taylor and Robin? Would you have anything to do with like the organization, or would you be going on your fate date?
Definitely keeping my promises. That's
You don't wanna
really
be your
important to me.
There's time for everything, though. You know, talk
Yeah.
about the organization at the Fate date.
That's a great first date conversation.
Listen,
So let's organize, take down the system.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
In a nice,
Amazing.
relaxing environment. Best thinking, right?
It's true.
The Blair just thinking they're doing drugs in a back room or something.
It's a bit of both.
And they also keep the promise with Sage. Or
Amazing.
take
With
Sage
Geraldine,
to the and Geraldine. But they promised to take Sage to see the
right.
lights. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go on a coffee date with Geraldine, and they do like same thing, kind of do the casual conversations talking about how to basically make it,
Yeah,
make
I
it all
love that-
work.
I love that, like, Robin is the only one who went on any dates, and it was 3 dates.
Listen, Blair's just vibing, being wealthy. She has literally all the time in the world.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you all so much. This has been a lot of fun. I think this was a fantastic way to spend non-binary people's day. Thank you all for coming and watching. Does anybody want to plug anything before we head out? This is your time to plug your shit.
I mean, I guess I will. I'm like on a lot of socials, and I talk a lot about advocacy, and I try to educate the general public about like mental health issues as well as like general like disability rights. And I talk about my experiences normally on like my Snapchat, and you can find that and more of my socials at myrtlemystic.card.com.
Excellent.
If you want to see buffoonery, that is me existing, quite frankly, on the internet when I shouldn't be, you can just follow me at bghosty. That's all of my socials. You can watch me stream occasionally on Twitch, and that usually doesn't end well because I'm on a Valorant binge, and that's not
Oh. Oh no.
fucking Act 9.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Everything's fine.
Crying in the club. It's fine because I'm just waiting for Veilguard Dragon Age to release, and then I'm gonna go punch an egg in his head. It's
Yeah.
fine. Everything is fine.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I am usually, you can find my podcast where I just talk to a bunch of cool people. I release weekly on Saturdays. It's Dungeons and Degrees. You can look that up. And then AC Lawrence 24 for everything else other than Instagram, which is just Adrian Patreon. I don't. Social media is hard. Okay, I try to post, but it's just so much going on. So I'm there. I'm having fun. I'm practicing editing videos, not just audio, for my podcast. So come check it out.
exciting.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah. And my plug for Dungeons and Degrees is I was on an episode with Kayla from Potions and Potpourri. It's a super cool episode you should check out.
Yeah.
And I'm Spectral Craft Dice on all socials, and I make dice as well as I'm an artist. So
Speaking of Alana's dice, I don't know if y'all can see this, but it's a little ducky in my D6, and that's one that Alana made.
I love
I
that so much.
actually,
That's so
I have
cool.
your dice, right? Your dice that I'm gonna send
Ooh.
you. So, and those are actually on theme. They're little moth people.
Yeah,
That's so adorable.
that's my other Enby moth person.
Free them.
Yeah.
We cannot escape. We cannot get out. Mama.
Amazing. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all for coming and watching, and we will see you all next time.
Smile wave, boys.